And I finished that tag that I started. I shaded a little of it with Tuscan Red. When you're shading small things, you don't need to shade everything since they're so tiny, it'll box it in. So I just did some random shading. Then I added the leaves. I think I'd done that already. I outlined the little bumblebee and I outlined the tulips. Charcoal is over here begging. He just licked my foot. Yeah, he wants some. Anyway, I added some more grass with the soft black and outlined everything. And so that one is finished. So now we have 2 finished tags. The rest of the tags have bunnies on them, and they're all done the same way. I base coated them with 2 coats of slate gray. Most always my bunnies are gray because I have gray hair, so I painted little gray hairs. Yeah, I'm too cute. I think I've shared that before, but that's just what I do. I went ahead and painted the Easter eggs, the cactus flower and his nose cactus flower. The pot is terracotta. You could use like cinnamon or dried clay would work, but it helps when I have it on here, doesn't it? But this one is terracotta, and I'm going to shade it without asphaltum. I'm going to shade all of the bunnies with soft black, and I'm going to outline them all and add just a few little details to the Easter eggs. Now, if you wanted to make this more seasonal, you could add just 2 little flowers there instead of the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs kind of limits it and makes it Eastery, but if you don't want it to be just for Easter, you can just add some more flowers to it. Then, let's see if I can get this. You don't want this to be too strong. You want it to be worked in your brush really well, and we're going to tell in a minute if it is or it isn't. And there again, I don't think I'm going to be shading everything because I'm afraid he'll be too closed off. Going to make that part of the foot shaded because that's underneath, and so that's where a natural shadow would fall. I think I'm going to add, if it's still, I think I'm going to add a little titanium white highlight over here. You don't have to, I just thought it would be different. If I'd thought that through, I would have done one of those opposite. Oh, well, it does not matter. Let's put some white to kind of help separate those feet. Then some Tuscan red on the eggs. This lighting is really bad, and I don't know what I can do to help get it better. Let's pick up a little white again and just add it on top of that red. Let's see if that's gonna not much. Across the nose. Let's pick up a little more of the red. I should have done this while it was loaded. And let's see if this asphaltum is still wet enough. That is not straight at all, but you know what? I can live with it. Oh, that. Had way too much water left in the brush. And it would be cute to put a little saying inside this pot. Maybe hop to it or hopped out, or I don't know. Maybe you can think of something funny, witty. I'll try to get a highlight. Yeah. There we go, and that's pretty much all the shading and highlighting that I'm going to do. Going to add some details for the little Easter egg. I'm going to go ahead and just use the red. Just a stripe across. Maybe a zigzag for this one. Let's see if I can find a stylus. Yeah, this one's got a little bitty nib on it. So let's add 2 little eyes. And get that thin brush. And again, I meant to pull out my 18 because I really like it better. It's thinner. But let's see what we can do. Ugh, it's so dark, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'll do a little smiley face. And I almost always, on my little gray hairs, give a little bitty twofers. And we'll come fill that in with some white. and some whiskers. I tend to be stuck on Hoppy here lately, so I'm just going to put Hoppy. I'm just going to add the dots with the brush since I've got it already loaded. A lot of times you can get them more even with the stylus, but you just do what you got to do. Now on this one, I'll show you how to do the little easy butterflies that I do. Let's see if I can do it with this stylus without smearing it. Always do a little round head and a straight body, and that's not working. Last year I showed you how to make these little easy butterflies. Now this one I want the number 2 that has some bounce. Let's just, well, what color? I guess we ought to stick with the pink since that's what we're doing. The pink and the red. Just load it up. You push and you pull. You push and you pull. You push and you pull. Kind of wanted those a little closer to the body. If you mess up, you just fix it the best you can. Then I think those eyes might be dry enough. I'm just going to use the end of my brush. Add a little titanium white dot to the eyes. If you wanted, you could add a float of pink to the inside of the ears. You don't have to. Let's just do it down one side there. And since this is a folded over ear, we're just going to add it to the little spot there. Let's do a float of green. Not sure. Yeah, that's still damp enough. Let's try the leaf green. Add a little depth to it. Let's pull a few little leaves or blades of grass. I'm trying not to, well, got a drop of water on there. Trying not to smear all this that I've done already. And you can tell that does not show up very good. So let's go with the leaf green. And there you go. That one's finished. Oh, you know what? Let's put some little toes. Little marks for toes. And some little fingers, little marks indicating he's got some fingers. Now, that's better. And he's all hoppy. So now we've got 3 done. I'll be back in a minute.